So what's your name?
Lucy.
Lucy what?
Lucy Linder.
Hi, Lucy Linder. So, what just happened?
I finished my book. It finished itself and told me it was done.
Wow.
And Tom had said, your book will tell you. And I'm like, yeah, right, I don't think so. But he's very knowledgeable about what happens, very knowledgeable.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, when did this idea first pop in your head about writing a book?
Oh, well, writing a book months and months ago, years ago probably, and I've had ideas for different books that have never come to fruition. And this retreat came at a time when things were falling in place, and I wanted to come to one of Tom's retreats for I don't know how long. And
How long?
probably 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
And the money was never there, the timing was never right. Maybe I was just looking for excuses, but never got there. And then I got an email that there were some cancellations and the price was right. And I thought, there's just no way I'm going to go this time. I don't care what happens, I'm meant to be there, I'm going to go. And here I am.
Wow, that's awesome. Do you have a title for your book yet?
No.
No, that's
That'll
okay.
be the next thing to
No,
come
that's
up with,
okay.
right?
So, the idea came to you years ago? Like
Well,
five
the idea
years?
for this particular book came, I would say, within the last couple of years.
Okay.
I've had other ideas for other books, but this one, I think about 2 years ago, I got an idea.
When did you finally decide to come to the retreat?
When I got the email that there was an opening and the price was good and I was available,
About a week or two ago?
probably maybe about a month ago.
A month ago, okay. And did you do much preparation for this
I
weekend?
did the exercises that Tom suggested. I
Nice.
did the reading exercises, the
Nice.
writing exercises, read his book, and I felt that was something I needed to do if I was really going to participate fully in the retreat.
Wonderful. So you, because you've been aware of Tom's method and the retreats for 5 years, you've known that it's gone from 8 days to 5 days, and now we're at 3 days.
3 days. It may go to 2 now pretty
This
soon.
is the first 3-day retreat. So you wrote a book in 2 days.
Pretty much it looks like it, yeah.
Wow. Wow. And how does that feel?
I feel like I've given birth. We were talking about that on the way to this little interview, and I'm like, yeah, I got very emotional about this. I'm done. I just wrote the last word, and I looked, and I go, you're done. I'm done. And
Wow.
I turned around, and Tom was right behind me, and I said, I'm done. And it was quite an emotional experience.
That's wonderful. And what did the retreat offer you, in terms of the space?
It offered me the opportunity to really concentrate, to be with other like-minded people who are trying to concentrate on their books, to be in a safe place, to be in a place where people really cared. I could see the enthusiasm and the well-wishing, going all around the room. There wasn't a lot of competition. Maybe we were all hoping to publish the first book, but everybody's very supportive and very caring, and that's a wonderful atmosphere to try to do something like this in.
So we had a little exercise during maybe before lunch or so. Do you remember what we said to one another?
Yes, I remember how we wished each other success, and even backtracking a little bit, we said, you are an author, you are valued. I am a valued author. Something to that effect, and I know I'm probably getting the words mixed up, but the idea is pretty much there.
Exactly.
And we valued each other. We looked into each other's eyes, and we thought about wishing each other success, and that was a very integral part, I think, of getting to where I am right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I hear you're a teacher.
Yeah, I'm a retired teacher.
Okay, okay. What would you, if you were teaching writing to public schools, what would you show them that you learned from this retreat?
I would show them, number one, don't give up your dream. I've had this dream for a long time. Number two, I would encourage people in the same way that I've been encouraged in this particular retreat. You are an author. You need to get out there and try to do something about it. I would tell people not to procrastinate. Don't do what I did. If you think that this is something you want to do, go for it. I took a seminar from Tom, a publishing seminar, I hate to say how many years ago, and that was my first experience with him. And I don't even think he had a gleam in his eye about a child yet, and here 6 years later he's got a beautiful daughter. And like you said, I am very aware for a long time of what he does and his method.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I would continue to encourage people to get involved with Tom and his method. Make sure that you have the opportunity to do that.
How would you compare school or teaching classroom to what you just experienced in literally 2 days?
It's very different. I've been a teacher for a long, long time. I've taught at the community college level, I've taught at the high school level, and I know that there are things, that are tantamount to teaching and education and so forth, but this is a completely different approach. It's not the typical classroom setting approach. It's a setting that encourages. It's a setting that builds people up. It's a setting that says you can do it, and the results are there.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
How many people have completed a book while I've been sitting there continuing to write mine? It's amazing.
That is amazing. What discovery did you learn about yourself as an author and this process, maybe right now? Like what?
Well, being a retired lady, there's always that, I'm too old, I can't do this, I should have given up a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too old. I'm able to continue and live my dream, whether I'm in my 20s or in my 50s or 60s or maybe even in my 70s, who knows? I remember Laura Ingalls Wilder, that wrote the Little House books, was in her 60s when she began to write, because her daughter encouraged her to write her memories because they were so vivid and wonderful. And look at the success those had. I don't know that I'll get there, but who knows? Maybe I will.
Yeah. This is just the beginning.
It is just the beginning. I would agree wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Did you surprise yourself?
Yes, completely. I thought I will be the last one in there writing on the last day, and Tom will be kicking me out saying it's time to go home, Lucy. And yet, here I am, done the second day.
Wow.
Much surprise, yes.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful.
Because
And-
I'm a procrastinator. I'm not one that sits down and gets to work.
And the retreat gives you that space.
Absolutely. The
And-
retreat generates that kind of energy,
Mm.
that enthusiasm, that need. You need to go forward. It's structured, but yet it's free.
Yeah.
It's certain time things, and I'm used to being on someone else's bell schedule, being a teacher. And sometimes it's a little hectic, but yet being on task is important. And I can see that for future writing opportunities. I think I'll probably come back to another retreat, because if I sit at home and let myself decide on my schedule, I might just be sitting at the table drinking coffee.
Did you write the book that you had thought you'd write or planned to write, or?
I wrote quite a bit of what I had planned to write,
Good.
but it took a turn at the end that I didn't plan to have.
Nice.
And I'm going to still have to do some fine tuning and figure out how to coordinate a couple of parts of it that now seem a little disjointed.
Not right now.
But I'll do that when I have a chance to do the revision.
Yeah. You'll do the revision as fast as you wrote the book, believe it or not. Wonderful. I think that's it.
Well, I'm glad to be interviewed, and
Yeah.
it's just a wonderful experience.
Wonderful.
I'll need to go get another Kleenex now because I'm still an emotional experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lucy.
Thank you.